Alright, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying our praise to Yahweh, Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is on News Nation. Toxin from Ohio train derailment spread to 16 states. So I'm going to press play on this video and then add some precepts.
All right, you maybe are not interested in the East Palestine train derailment disaster anymore, but the chemicals from that disaster might be interested in you, so pay attention. It's been 16 months since the fiery crash devastated the small Ohio village near the Pennsylvania border. The disaster sent the train's cargo of vinyl chloride into the air, the water, and the soil. The community is still cleaning up today, and residents continue to face inexplicable health issues. Tests show that the chemicals are still lingering in the community, and now for the first time, there's research that shows just how far those toxins spread once they were set on fire. News Nation's investigative correspondent Rich McHugh's been on this story from the very start and joins us now live. Rich, I'm afraid to find out how far those chemicals may have spread. What have you learned?
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, the toxins spread to 16 states, over 500,000 square miles from the Midwest to the East Coast, where a third of our population resides. The headline here is that a lot more people were affected than we previously thought. Take a look. When officials burned 116,000 gallons of toxic vinyl chloride over East Palestine, the mushroom cloud smothered the entire region, turning the sky black, terrifying residents.
You ready? I'm ready. Let's get out of here.
A local hazmat official had this warning.
We basically nuked a town with chemicals so we could get a railroad open.
Now, new data proving their concerns were valid and just how far these toxins spread.
Most people don't realize how big this fire was and how far the impacts went. And we measured it over 16 different states.
16 states, from Wisconsin to North Carolina and up to Maine, not to mention Canada. David Gay with the National Atmospheric Deposition Program says the program has about 260 sites across the U.S. collecting rain and snow samples. It detected alarming levels of chloride, a direct result of burning all that vinyl chloride.
These were some of the highest, if not the highest, we had seen in the last 12 years. That fire touched a lot of points in the Midwest and the Northeast. We're all breathing the same atmosphere. That's a take-home story.
Just to put this in context, Elizabeth, I asked him, give me context for how big of an event this was. He said the last time we saw readings this high were in 2011 when the fire in Fukushima, Japan's Fukushima disaster. A week later, that all traveled here to the United States. That's how bad this is.
And that chloride in the atmosphere, how dangerous is that to people?
Well, he's not qualifying that. He's saying we can't talk about how this is possibly going to affect human life or how dangerous it is, but it is a direct result of the vinyl chloride. So they know that the chloride detected in all 16 of these states is from the vinyl chloride burned there.
And we're all exposed to it who live in the Northeast. Yep. My gosh, what does the EPA say about this report, Rich?
The EPA hasn't said anything yet. I just read something. They say they're reviewing it. You know, it makes you wonder, where is the EPA on this whole thing? From the beginning, they did not try and stop this burn, and here they are. This is data that should be coming from the EPA, Elizabeth.
Yeah, let's go to the EPA to get a reaction. All right, Rich McHugh, great reporting. Stay on the story for us. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
Alright, so we know all this stuff is planned by the elites, man. Vinyl chloride gives you various cancers. The elites, they got to bring in a new world order, so they need to kill off as many people Salaki, it's possible. So bear with me. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision represents the prophecies, is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Right, and we watch the prophecies come to pass in front of our face. As far as this Edomite being shown that he's the devil, his tactics on how he's killing the people off, and they're only gonna get worse until, like when the Lord, really like seal up the elect, stop the elect from being out on the corners and shit really turn up, you're gonna see the effects. Maybe even before though, you're gonna see the effects of all his acts. From the cancer being in the atmosphere, the chemtrails breaking down your immune system, the cancers in your water and in your food, etc., man. Soon, a lot of this shit gonna hit the fan to where, like, just like COVID, lots of people gonna die. So that's what the scriptures call pestilence. Pestilence is disease. But this Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Right? So it says, verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Right? This Edomite is the devil. He doesn't have a righteous soul. His whole entire nation. It's just that the elites are the ones that's pulling the strings. But the just shall live by his faith. The just represents the elect of the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel are the black/Native Americans. It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine his philosophies. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He's in everybody else's country. Who enlarge his desire is hell, and is as death. And where he goes, he brings death. Even over here in America, man. And cannot be satisfied. He's not satisfied with people just dying. But gathereth unto him, that's the spirit that the elites have, man. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, right? That's why you got all nationalities over here in America. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunt and proverb against him, saying, woe, meaning destruction, to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, that's his debt. Verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly, and shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. Because thou hast spoiled many nations. The Edomites taking the spoils of nations, taking down nations, taking nations' resources. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Right, the nation's going to spoil America. That's his the repayment for his actions. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and all that dwell therein. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe, meaning destruction, to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. The elites, man, they devise iniquity. These plots and plans to kill people off by acts such as this is a devised plan, man. It says, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, right? They got the power to bring these events to pass, man. From using their think tanks, using their witchcrafts, It's ultimately going to be destruction after him, man. The elites in the kingdom of heaven are going into captivity, man. Those of them that don't, even those of them that die on this side, man, are going into captivity. This Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Right, so the former slave masters, children that survive the hell and destruction to come are going into captivity, man. You know, all the way up to the elites, because they are their forefathers, man. You know, you might think that they have gotten away with slavery. You might think that they're getting away with the things that's going on now today, but they're not according to the scriptures. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Meaning, the sword is just a killing instrument, man. Payback. What goes around comes around. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, and this is what the saints are waiting for, man. The saints are the Israelites. Starting with the saints are the Israelites, but the elect are the ones that's really patiently waiting, because through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Rashai, the heart desire of the elect, we know the agenda of the Lord, man. This is Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, right? This land was stolen, you know, so they have to pay for it, man. They have to pay for what their forefathers have done. To Psalm chapter 137, verse 7. It says, remember, O Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, the children of Edom. Edomites represents the so-called white people, the so-called Caucasian race. In the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Right, and that's the point I'm reaching, man. The atrocities that happen to us is going to be paid back to them. We're going to get to dash their little ones against the stones, man. You know? And that's going to be as far as the Edomites go for 1,000 years. And then they're going to be exterminated. You know, but the rest of the heathen, they're going to get the same treatment, but eventually they're going to be put back in their own lands, and they still going to be tributaries unto us, man, because it's, you know, it's the kingdom of heaven, man, and we are the rulers of the world, man. You know. So with that being said, call Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, that my honor to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.